Hello and welcome back to another Transformers review. I am your host, Slizzard, and this is Core Class Snarl. You know I love my Core Class figures, and this guy is probably one of the best. If we take a close look at the figure, take a look at the details here. He has some good panel lining here and there. Really good detailing, like even the back, not hollow on the back, they've strategically placed it on the sides, as you see here. One thing to note though, he does not have an Autobot logo. So if you have some sticker kits you can put on, maybe that would help really improve this guy. I really think they should probably come out with a sticker upgrade kit for him. I think this would take it to the next level. But compared to the other Dinobots that have come out to complete the set here, I think Snarl is the best. I was reading an interview on this figure, and they actually said that they learned a lot from all the other ones, and this guy's the last one to come out. So they took everything they learned and they kind of put it together, and this is the best figure they could come out with, within reason for their budget though. Now if you look closely, see his head there, really good detail. See, like the eyes are nicely lit, not lit up, but like nicely painted. Like everything just works. Like you can still see his mouth even though the figure is so small. I do like that the figure has the yellow plastic and not gold painted plastic, because the gold painted plastic will just scratch off after lots of friction. One thing to note too, when the Studio Series 86 Snarl came out, he had painted tail, painted feet, everything, but he was missing like painted like toes and stuff, and it just didn't work. Like this was like this color and everything else was painted. So there was a lot of issues with that figure, in my opinion. This guy, all consistent colors, no paint, perfect. It's just the standard plastic color. And I think this guy is actually more fun to transform too. So let's get started on transforming him. Put his sword down here. Take his tail. Oh, actually before you do his tail, switch his head back so it hides it there. Squish the tail inward. There is a little hole here, so you want to line it up and push inward. Okay. Next thing we have here is the head. Same thing with the other side of the head there. So once you get it a certain amount of bend, you should be able to just fold it all out like that. This was tricky, so it does take a few tries to get it right like that. And then another part here. See this hole goes in that tab. You just line it up. That goes in. Same thing here. Hole tab. Line it up. Push it in. See, for my experience, this feels like it should go in more, but it doesn't. So just don't break it. Don't push it in more than it should. One thing too, this would have been perfect if the fist just went inward. They were probably thinking about it because they had that open gap there, but I don't think they went along with it. Their budget probably never, or their test didn't make that work very well. He does have a sword spot. He has two spots to put it in. You can either put it down here, but I prefer to put it up here where you can see it. Take a close look at that. I really like it. I actually like this more than Studio 86 version of Snarl. I'll grab them and put them side by side here. Here you go. See that? Like this little guy is way more fun, in my opinion, than this big guy. The reason I say that is, like I said, the feet are not painted. It also feels like a chore transforming this guy. I mean, he's nice. He looks great on the shelf, but it's where he belongs, on the shelf. Speaking of on the shelf, I got like a pretty big bonus from work, and I go up to my wife. I tell her, "Hey, I got a pretty good bonus. I have enough to buy not Studio Series, but the Grimlock, the self-transforming one by Robosen." And wife says, "You're like still missing $800. So I'm short $800 still. So it's still a hard no. I mean, I could buy it. I mean, if I really wanted it, she would let me, but at the same time, I don't think it's financially responsible to buy it yet. So maybe I'll hold off. I'm not gonna buy it against her will, so maybe one day I'll review it on here. Now, here we have the figure. Let's put him into combiner mode now. And while we're doing this, let's just fold them all back here. Comes off. Combiner mode is very similar, except the arms. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the combine mode actually, but here it is. I think there will be upgrade kits for the combine mode just to make it look even better. Because right now it's not. I'm just not feeling it. See, that's the leg mode there. Put the sword here. Pretty good. Like that's the leg. And then there's the port for the knee. And here is Volcanicus. I think he looks really good. In my opinion, though, the legs could be a little longer. Like his arms are just so long. Proportions look off. I think there is a kit that raises him an extra inch just by giving him like actual feet and upgrading the arms, because the arms are kind of floppy. Like this keeps coming off so easily. I know I'm nitpicking, but it's like this altogether. Each of these are like $17 Canadian, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 figures. That's $120 almost after taxes. So it's not like chump change. At the same time, it's not like super cheap. So I expect a little more, and I think that the upgrade kit, I think it's about $40. You can probably find it on eBay on pre-order. Will really make this shine, and I'm gonna order it. I'll put another video out on that. Now, you're probably wondering from the last video that GameStop sold my bombshell. Look at this. I got one. So, I don't know if you saw the last video, but GameStop sold my pre-order. I pre-ordered this guy. I called the store pretty much every day, asked them, is my pre-order in? Is my pre-order in? After the release date, of course. So, I think it was like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't call on the weekend because, Canada Post, the post office doesn't deliver on the weekend. And I don't call on Monday either. Because, I mean, I'm thinking at this point, they've told me, we'll call you if it's in. You know what happened? Tuesday I call. They said, no, it hasn't come in yet. And then I look on a forum, and someone said they saw it on the shelf at that exact store that I pre-ordered it from. So obviously they sold it. And that was it from the last video. I kind of mentioned all that. And I was pretty mad. I actually didn't post for like a whole week because I was just, a lot of stuff was going on. Still a little mad, but I've given myself a week to calm down. And I ended up I ended up sending a well-worded email to GameStop, and they forwarded my email to the district manager of my city. And I got a call from the district manager, saying, sorry, that sucks. Like, let's make it up to you. We'll get you one. We'll find one and get you one. I'm like, cool. Yeah, thanks. Like, it sucks that you sold it. People make mistakes. That's no problem, right? And this guy sounds like he's trying to make it right. So, I'm not going to name your names. I don't want to throw you under the bus, district manager. You did a great job. So they gave me a $20 gift card for the trouble. And guess what? He's like, we'll call you when we get one, and the store will tell you, like, I'm surprised the store never called you about it and anything like that. So that's no problem. Fast forward to Snarl's release date. And yeah, I call, no, it's not in yet. I gave it 7 days. I gave them 7 days. And then I call again. They're like, oh yeah, we have your pre-order now. We have one. I ordered 2 of them. So they sold the other one. So at this point, like, do I call GameStop again and tell them where's my second one? Or, like, no one's checking this. Like, no one's calling me. Like, what's going on? And then they didn't call me either. So I waited 7 days and then I called them. Because at this point, I'm getting annoyed. Like, I called them like 3 days before and like, oh, we got 60 boxes in. We will call you once it comes in. Don't worry. I'll call you myself personally, says the manager, right? And that gave me a lot of, relief. Like, oh, they're going to take their time and make sure to call everyone. 3 days pass. They don't call me. I call them. They're like, oh yeah, we have one. Where's the other one? Like, come on. Like, I'm not even going to bring it up. Like, should I bring it up? I don't know. I go to the store. I pick it up. Guess what they have there? This too. They have Bombshell. They said, oh yeah, this came in after you called. This came in, like, it magically appeared after you called. Like, okay. Yeah, it came in after I called at 5 p.m. I called at 5 p.m. I finished work at 5. The mailman came after 5 p.m. Canada Post came after 5. They're all done working and delivered this mysterious bombshell to you. Like, come on, you just didn't call me and you sold my other pre-order. Like, what's wrong with you? Come on. Like, seriously. I got my bombshell. You didn't even call me. You said you'd personally call me when it came in. I walk in. It's like the most awkward thing there. Like, oh, we have this gift card for you. I'm like, thanks. Oh, and we have Bombshell too. I'm like, thanks. Why didn't you call me? What's wrong with this, like, generation? Like, people don't call? Like, I hear, like these surveys of people, like, who get anxiety from making a phone call to their phone provider. Because they'd rather have, like, a minor surgery versus calling someone on the phone. It causes anxiety. Come on. It's your job to call people. It's a transform. I know it's a transform. I know. Same time, it's your job. Do your job. Did I talk too much? Sorry. Do your job, GameStop. Like, you know what? I'm probably gonna call them tomorrow. I'm gonna call them and complain. I'm gonna text that district manager. They sold my other one. I'm gonna link him this video too. GameStop, be better. And Slizzard, out. I'll see you on the next one.